Ladies and gentlemen, Arsenal just beat Ipswich 4-0 at the away ground, Ipswich ground. We beat them 4-0, and it was a convincing, easy work, easy performance, easy win. This was Arsenal with zero pressure, nothing to really worry about. We went out there, we got the job done, we got the 3 points, we got 4 goals, some entertaining football, and overall, nobody got injured. We came out of there hopefully with no injuries because it did look like Bukayo Saka had a little situation. But we're going to get onto all of that right now. Before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. And just to let you guys know, Arsenal did win 4-0. We absolutely spanked Ipswich. It was like we never really had to get out of second gear. Majority of the game is gonna be straightforward, and I do think it's going to be a situation where now we kind of have an idea what we're going to do versus PSG and what we're going to do in that game versus PSG potentially. We're going to probably go with the likes of Mikel Merino in the left 8 position and Trossard probably up top because that's what we did today and it worked perfectly. Now, don't get me wrong, it was versus a 10-men Ipswich, but that is the situation that Ipswich found themselves in. It was a silly red card, and we're going to talk about all of that right now. But before we go any further, let me just show you guys the lineup, as this was the lineup going into the game. And as you can see here, Raya, of course, Zinchenko came back into the team at left back. Ben White played at right back. Saliba, Kivior, and Reyes keep their place. Declan Rice actually played in the 6, and he got an assist in the game. Mikel Merino played in the left 8. I think he did a really good job. And Martin Odegaard probably didn't have the best of games. He actually scammed that assist. Bukayo Saka passed the ball to him. He misplaced it. He went to Trossard, and Trossard bagged 2 goals today in his first start at striker in a while. So fair play to him. Mikel Arteta also trusted Arsenal to go out there with a rotated side and to get the job done. This Ipswich team is not that good, and we've seen it today. And Martinelli getting his 50th Premier League goal also. So yeah, enough about the title race and everything else. But one thing this does is Arsenal don't really have to worry too much about the top 4, top 5 race. Like people keep trying to put Arsenal in this top 4, top 5 race, but we're just not in that conversation, ladies and gentlemen. We're keeping a good distance away from the likes of Newcastle, Man City, and Chelsea, so we don't have to worry too much about those teams at this moment in time. What is it? It's a 7-point gap versus some of these teams, and some of them is even 9 when it comes to Chelsea and Nottingham Forest. So I'm not too worried about Arsenal with the European places at all. Where we finish in Europe doesn't really matter. If we go on to win the Champions League, that's the main goal, right? Now, with Thomas Partey having a yellow card, situation, we now know why Arsenal went and played this team. Mikel Arteta is going to experiment and see solutions that he can play with without Thomas Partey, and there we go. We go and find solutions without Thomas Partey. We literally no Partey, no problem. Like I know he was on the bench. I know he probably could have played if we needed him to play, but we're gonna save him, wrap him in cotton wool, and have him ready to go versus PSG in the second leg at their ground. But in the meanwhile, we're going to have to find solutions on how we're going to play, how we're going to do things, how we're going to get things going in the short to immediate term without him. And Mikel Merino has been a big part of that. And what he's been able to do lately has been outstanding. Even though he wasn't playing as a striker today, he found himself getting an assist. He found himself getting an assist in a dangerous part of the pitch. And I need to put my hands up as somebody who didn't think Mikel Merino was the most useful signing. He's already proving a lot of people wrong. And this assist right here was beautiful. Great back heel to Martinelli to get his 50th goal, basically tapping the ball for the open net. And it was a beautiful goal. Overall, nice team goal. And Mikel Merino is quickly growing, and in 12 games has 9 goal contributions since Kai Havertz has gotten injured. He's played really well as an 8. He's played really well as a striker. His hold-up play, his ability to link up in the final third, overall performance for Mikel Merino has been outstanding, and nothing but the utmost respect to Mikel Merino for his performances in the last 12 games. what a performance this man has been having lately. He has been absolutely balling for Arsenal, and we got to give him the utmost respect and credit for his performances in this team. Fair play to him, and fair play to Martinelli getting his 50th Premier League career goal. Shout out to him. Now, next, let's talk about a certain Leandro Trossard. Leandro Trossard got himself got himself a brace today, and Leandro Trossard's two goals came from open play. Of course, one of them was assisted from, if I'm not mistaken, Declan Rice. One of them was also assisted from the likes of Martin Odegaard. It was nice to see. It was nice to see Leandro Trossard getting involved, doing his thing, and having his infamous celebration. Martinelli, of course, scoring his goal. We already seen that. That was beautiful. We're going to talk about the red card in a second. But yeah, overall performances from a lot of the players were solid. But Leandro Trossard, the thing about Leandro Trossard is he's not everyone's cup of tea, but he is efficient when he does get opportunities. When he does get opportunities and he's coming in as a substitute or he's starting and we have a lot of possession, we have a lot of chances, he does look good. So I'll give it up to him. Today he had one of those days where he looked good, and the times where he doesn't look so good, maybe he's going up against more physical center backs. But today the Ipswich defense couldn't handle him, and he was running rings around them and nutmeg two of them for the goals too. So fair play to Leandro Trossard for for him taking his opportunity and doing what he did. He fully deserved everything that came his way today. Next, let's talk about Bukayo Saka's red card challenge. That was honestly disgusting, 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 because people say, why does Bukayo Saka limp? Why does Bukayo Saka limp? Well, this is why Bukayo Saka limps. The man is forever getting players doing a mad thing. Like, if you guys can see that, the players fully stomped on Bukayo Saka's leg. Red card every day of the week. And you still have Ipswich fans saying, same old Arsenal, always cheating. Bullshit. What are we cheating about? That was a clear red card, clear foul, clear situation where you could see that the player should have been sent off, and the referee made the right decision. Nothing to complain about. I'm overall happy that they came to the right decision. They came to the right conclusion, and they went from there and said, you know what, fair play. They made the right call, and Bukayo Saka Bukayo Saka then went to the bench, and he was icing his leg, and people seeing him icing his leg afterwards, they're a little worried about Bukayo Saka. Hopefully it's gonna be fine. He didn't even have to leave like second gear the whole game, as I said. So light work. Bukayo Saka did his thing, fair play, and we keep it moving from there. As for the rest of the game, Zinchenko did well. It's nice to see Kieran Tierney get his 100th appearance for Arsenal, and overall performances from a lot of players were great. But there's one player we need to talk about. There's one player we need to talk about, and it is none other than Ethan Weri. Ethan comes off the bench, and this man now has how many goal contributions? Ethan now has 11 goal contributions as an 18-year-old. As an 18-year-old, he has 11 goal contributions. Shout out to Ethan. Unbelievable amount of goal contributions coming from Ethan in this Arsenal team right now. And that is all comms. So that's including the League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, everything. I don't know what else I can say about the kid. He just has an eye for goal. He has an eye for goal. He knows where the goal is. He sees himself and anticipates what the defender is going to do quite well, and he can get himself a goal. I would say he's a better goal scorer in that 10 position than what we have from Martin Odegaard. But at this moment in time, Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard are just a little bit better than him, and he's going to get better. He's 18 years old, guys. He needs to improve on his physicality, his balance, his ability to handle challenges and bounce off defenders. If he can get that part of his game locked down, he is going to be a really, really good player in the foreseeable future. Right now, he's good, but he has such a high ceiling. The roof's the limit for him. The roof is honestly the limit for this kid. Unbelievable player we have in Ethan and Miles Lewis Skelly. the two of them are both unbelievable. And the performances we had from players that came off the bench, him and Kelly came off the bench and just did their job to perfection. Just did their job to perfection, and don't really cause you any problems at all. Now, where do we go from here, guys? Where do we go from here? What do we do? What do we do now? Arsenal just win these games and they just make it look very simple. Don't really stress people out. Don't really cause nobody any problems. And the overall performance today, if I'm going to give people a player ratings, I'm going to give them player ratings right now because I thought their performances were solid. Now, Raya didn't really have to do much. Raya didn't really have to do much. I'm going to give him a 7. I didn't really have to see Raya do too much. Ben White, Saliba, Kivior, all didn't really have to do much. I'll give them 7.5s. So I'll give Raya 7.5. I'll give all those guys 7.5. Zinchenko, I'm gonna rate him a 7.5 also. I thought he did well for that game, but he did get an assist, so I'll raise it up to an 8. Martin Odegaard, he kind of scammed that assist, so I'll give him an 8, but doesn't really deserve an 8. Maybe I'll give him a 7.5 for his performance. Mikel Merino, solid performance, great assist, overall performance solid. You know what? If I'm going to be giving out high ratings to anybody, it has to be the likes of Mikel Merino. So Odegaard and Zinchenko get 7.5s. Raya, Ben White, Saliba, Kivior get 7s. Mikel Merino gets an 8. Declan Rice in the 6. Hasn't played there in a while. Solid performance. He gets an 8 also. Saka could have got a goal, could have got an assist, multiple chances in the final third. Didn't really have the best of performances, but still good enough to get him a 7, in my opinion. Leandro Trossard got a brace, had an overall solid performance. I'm going to give him a 8.5, probably the man of the match after Mikel Merino, in my opinion. And then, Martinelli, solid performance, got a goal, got himself involved. It's nice to see Martinelli has confidence now. I'm going to give him an 8. Ethan came off the bench, scored a goal, did his thing, instant impact as a substitute. He's going to get an 8. And then I thought Kelly played well since he came on. He gets a 7. Kieran Tierney didn't have too much time. And the youngster, Nathan Butler Odeji did get an opportunity finally. He finally got 7 minutes to play football. That's his first minutes in the season. That's his debut for Arsenal versus Ipswich. Let's see what he can do and if he can get more opportunities from now to the end of the season. But shout out to everybody who's watching. Shout out to Mikel Arteta and the boys for the win. And we catch you guys on the next video, guys. That's pretty much it. Nothing more to be said today. Love for the love. You already know what it is. And we're out of here, people. Peace.